Okay, good morning all. And actually, last class we have discussed about question paper, right? So question paper feedback. No issues, right? So we'll see. We'll just going to continue. And uh, we had discussed about test signal before CA2, right? So we just crossed about test signal, and we have just started on problem at right. So by using test signal, we have started on problem, but we didn't complete it actually. But with a sort of time, shortage of time, right? We're just going to continue, and once we just finish it, right, we're just going to doing a time domain specifications, right? Today we're just going to see some time response of first order and second order, and we're just going to see time domain specifications, right? And once we just finished, we're just going to move into some frequency domain analysis also, right? So anyway, today agenda will be we are just going to discuss about order of system, types, poles, zeros, stability of system, and some parameters which is available in time domain. We're just going to see in detail, right? Today. So we're just having only minimum amount of time. That's why I'm just going to move in little forward, fast forward. So just please keep just looking, just keep watching, right? In the same way, I'm just going to give you 2 to 3 minutes for arranging your papers, and actually you're just going to need a scientific calculator with you. Just have it in our with you, right? Just to have in. I'm just going to give you 2 to 3 minutes, right? Just to have in our scientific calculator with you on paper and pen. Just make it fast. It's going to solve some mathematical problem. That's why mathematical these very small things. Definitely we need a calculator, right? That's why. Right. So order of the system, right? So what actually order, right? So and what is the system? So this one system we already discussed, right? So this is a transfer function. So transfer function is simply is called as wherever in control system we call it as system. Transfer function the system call பண்ணுவாங்க, right? And in system, this is a transfer function, right? G of s into h of s. G of s is my plant and process. H of s is my feedback. Both are getting multiplied. Then we got a transfer function, right? So in my numerator, right? So numerator is always called as zeros. In the control system, they are called as different name, right? Zeros. In my denominator, they will call it as poles, right? Hereafter, I'm just going to call it as zeros and poles. So in numerator, right? So numerator is always called as zeros. Denominator always called as poles. Just keep in our mind that. So zeros na numerator, poles na denominator. So here also. So this is one more transformation. So this is my zero and these are my poles, right? Now one more system. Now in this system, what actually order, right? So what is meant by order? So in my order in the sense, we need to focus on my denominator. Denominator s oda power maximum என்ன value இருக்கோ that denotes my order of system, right? That's the denotes of my order of system. Here both things is now multiplied in value, right? So I'm just going to multiply inside my bracket. Definite of s oda maximum power என்ன வரும்? இங்க already 1 இருக்கு, இங்க 2 இருக்கு. Multiply பண்றப்ப 3 ஆயிடும், right? So it will be 3. So in the system the order is now 3. This is called my third order system. Third order system. While coming to this transfer function, anyone just give me order of the system for this transfer function? Anyone make it first? Anyone? What is the order? Now s to the power 3, now s to the power 4. Right? Thank you, Kavya. It's now fourth order system. The same way here, maximum order it will be maximum power it will be 3. That's why it's called third order system. Right? So this is a way of just simply finding out the order of the system. The sun will come to next topic. That's called type of system. How you could able to find out type of system, right? It's very easy. So we'll have a S plane that's called my x-axis real values. That's called my real sigma, and my imaginary axis that's called my y-axis. It's now imaginary value. So this might my origin, right? 0, 0. That's what my origin, right? How many poles, right? Already I told that poles is now my indicates that my denominator, right? So denominator oda s oda values, right? So s oda possible values, right? That's called my roots of values. That's called s roots, right? So this is called my poles, and my numerator s roots on the which will called as zeros, right? Zeros and poles. Zeros எப்படி நீங்க மார்க் பண்ணுவாங்க அப்படின்னா கிராஃப்ல they just having symbol int mark, right? Cross mark. Zeros they will simply call it as 0. In control system, they're just going to mark it as 0 in form of 0. Poles, they will just call it as in the cross mark, right? So this what are poles and this what are zeros, right? So type of the system in the sense, how many poles are locating at my origin of my S plane? S-plane in the sense combination of my x-axis and y-axis. That's called my sigma plus j omega. Real axis plus imaginary axis. If you add panana, I will have a S-plane, right? So it's my 2D plane, my S-plane, right? So in the S-plane, how many poles, right? How many poles? Poles is nothing but my denominator roots values, right? My transfer function like that, denominator roots values called as poles. That's my root of S, roots of S, right? So values of S. How many poles is now locating at my origin, right? That's why it's that indicates that my type of system. We'll see. So this is one type of a transfer function we'll have right now, right? So in my denominator we'll have that function will be look like this: s square into 1 plus s. இதோட values நம்ம எப்படி இதோட roots எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுனா just going to equal into 0 பண்ணுங்க. This is characteristic equation, right? So just equal to 0 பண்ணுங்க. Then so we'll have possible values of s values. So என்ன கிடைக்கும்? So s square is equal to 0, right? So one more 1 plus 7s is equal to 0. So these are two terms, right? So two terms equal to panna எனக்கு s க்கு it will be s is equal to square root of 0. Square root of 0 is not, anything is 0. So two values, right? So two values s to the power 0. So that's why two zeros in, sorry, two poles in the values of zeros கிடைக்கும். The same way இங்க என்ன கிடைக்கும்? S is equal to minus 1 by 7, right? Minus 1 by 7. So minus 1 by 7. S oda value minus. Totally appo enakku s to the power 3 in the sense you could able to find out s value, s will be 3 values that you will have, right? So s minus 1.7 0 0. So indula vandittu how many poles, right? So we'll have 3 poles right now in our hand, right? So s to the power 3 na you could able to have 3 values for s, right? Now that's 3 poles. So what are the poles? 1 0, pole 2 0, and pole 3 minus 1 by 7. Totally 3 poles we are having. Either like how many poles are locating at my origin? So 2 poles, right? P1, P2. So 2 poles values are 0 0. That's why these 2 poles are locating at my origin of S plane. That's why the type of system is now second type 2 system. Type 2 system, order 3 system, right? Got idea? So order of the system is now maximum power, right, of my this denominator. That's called third order type 2 system. How many poles of the system is now located at my origin? That's indicate my type of system, right? Got idea? And then one more transfer function. I'm just going to rough it once again. Once again, I'm just going to rough it everything. Wait 1 second. I'm just going to rough it once again. Then we're just going to show you various kind of transfer. 1 second. Yeah, right. So this one, right? So first equation, right? So this is what my type 2 poles are locating at my origin. That's why it's now type 2 system. Order will be 3, right? Order will be 3. And then in this system, anyone just find out s to the power 3 1 plus 6s. What is the type of system? Anyone make it fast? S power 3 into 1 plus 6s. So definitely how many poles are locating at my origin of my S plane? How many poles? So minus 1 by 6 கிடைக்கும் ஒரு போல் கண்டிப்பா அது 0 லொகேட் ஆகாது. பட் S power 3 இருக்கு இல்லையா, அப்ப 3 zeros, that's called 3 zeros எனக்கு கிடைக்கும். மூணுமே ஆரிஜின்ல தான் ஒர்க் வரும், right? So that's why it's called type 3 system, right? Type 3 system, right? Got idea? And one more thing. So in this system, you people need to tell me, right? So what is the type of system? This one, third one, anyone? Make it fast. Time போயிட்டே இருக்குப்பா, கொஞ்சம் குயிக்கா. Right? So it will not have any poles, right? It will be not in 0. So definitely it will add different values. It's a polynomial equation. We need to go with it. But none of the poles is not going to have a 0 values. That's why type is 0 system, right? So how many poles origin irukko adha vechu then we'll just going to calculate type system, right? But in this system none of the poles is now located at my origin. That's why it's called 0 poles are locating at my 0 origin. That's why it's called 0 type, right? 0 type 0 system, type 3 system, type 2 system. Any doubt up to this order and type, right? So we'll have one more big transfer function look like this, right? So in here you could able to easily understood, right, how that location of your poles and the origin of your S plane, right? Now it's just equal to 0 pani paranga. So this is my zeros and this are my called poles, right? So this is called my poles, zeros and poles. And the transfer function denominator we will call it as 0, and my denominator we will call it as poles, right? How we could able to found the roots of these values, right? Simply you could just going to equal to 0 பண்ணுங்க, you could able to find out the zeros and poles, right? Now I'm just going to equal to 0 பண்றேன். My zeros equal பண்ணா in numerator two terms இருக்கு, s plus 3, s plus 1, right? Simply equal to 0 பண்ணுங்க. So அப்போ ஒரு 0, that is called notation z1. z1 is equal to, right? So 0 1, that is now minus 3. இது எப்படி நோட் பண்ணுவாங்க கிராஃப்ல? 0 நோட் பண்ணுவாங்க. 0 2, s ஓட வேல்யூ minus 1. These are all my zeros. The same way poles கண்டுபிடிங்க. Poles, right? Equal to 0 என்னன்னு கிடைக்கும்? We'll have only 4 terms, right? இங்க ஒரு term, இது ஒரு term, this one, totally 4 terms we are having. அப்போ poles என்னன்னு கிடைக்கும்? P1 totally maximum s to the power எவ்வளவு கிடைக்கும்? 2 3 4 5. Totally we are having just 5 poles நமக்கு கிடைக்கும். So number of poles will be 5 because of my order of the system indicates that my roots of values, right? So totally we could able to find out 5 values. So அப்ப என்னென்ன values கிடைக்கும்? P1, right, is equal to 1 0, right? Directly we could able to find out 0, and this is the thing, right? Minus 2, and then plus 3, and then this is my polynomial equation. So we need a minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac and the formula apply பண்ணுங்க. We'll have that 2a by 2a, right? We're just going to apply this equation and should be able to find out this roots, right? So maybe in order calculator equation order 2 equation, right? Order 2 நீங்க solve பண்ணாலும் you could able to find out values, but it should be an imaginary term வரும், right? So you couldn't able to have a straight values. It will be a combination of imaginary values. So இதை நான் வந்து s play ல mark பண்றேன், right? So we'll have 5 poles, right? So I already told that maximum s to the power வந்து 5 இருக்கு. That's why 5 poles எனக்கு கிடைக்கும். We could see plus 3 ஒரு pole இருக்கு, 0 ஒரு pole இருக்கு, minus 2 ஒரு pole இருக்கு, and then we'll have imaginary poles, right? That's why I already told that we need to have a minus b, s minus b poles கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா we'll have minus poles, and 2 zeros here, minus 1, minus 3. So these are the location of my poles and zeros of a given transfer function. Right, so this is my way of finding location of poles and zeros in the S plane, right? This is what my real axis, and this is what my imaginary axis in y axis, right? So zeros always they just marked into this time, and poles will be marked as this into mark, right? So now with the help of location of these poles and zeros, we could able to study about the stability of any system, right? By studying a bit, by seeing, right? By seeing this location of poles, right? Poles always they're indicating in the form of cross mark, right? Just got an idea, just keep it in mind, it's very important in control system, right? By seeing this location of poles in our S plane, you could able to found that your stability of any system. For example, in my y-axis right side we call it as right hand side, right? In my y-axis left we call it as left hand side. For first case, right? For first case, if your system, right? If your system first case, all the poles of your given system, poles in the into mark, right? Cross mark. If for all of your poles of your given system is now laid on my left hand side system, if all poles are present in my left hand system of a given system, in the sense pure stable system. So அப்படி இருந்துச்சுன்னா அந்த system stable system. All poles, right? நமக்கு இங்க 5 poles in the system இருக்கு. இந்த 5 poles may, if it is going to lie on my left hand side, present on my left hand side, in the sense that system is stable system. Any one of the poles, right? So you could see any one of the poles are located in my right hand side, in the sense that system is unstable system. So 5 pole இருக்கு சார், அதுல ஒரு pole மட்டும் எனக்கு ரைட் சைடுல இருக்கு, அப்படி இருந்தாலுமே that system is now unstable system. In practically in our world, right? In our world, right? Everything is now unstable system, right? So every even human body, right? So everything, right? So every physical system or mechanical system, everything is unstable system. We need a specific controller, right? Biological controller, mechanical controller, electronic controller, right? We need a controller to make unstable system into stable region, right? By bringing this right hand side pole into my left hand side in such a way that you could able to bring our unstable system into a stable system. For that purpose only we need to design a controller, right? That's what's control system, right? We need a controller for that purpose, right? We're just going to see in my forthcoming classes, right? No issues. Suppose if any poles or some of the poles may be laid on my y-axis in the sense, right? So itself y-axis that's called marginally stable system. That's why it's called that. Those system is now called marginally stable system, right? So எல்லா போல்ஸுமே லெஃப்ட் ஹேண்ட் சைட்ல இருந்துச்சுன்னா that's called my stable system. If any one of the poles is right located on my right hand side, in the sense that system is now unstable system. If the poles are located on my origin, in the sense, that is called marginally stable system. These are the very important terms, right? We need to have in our mind, right? So definitely, but maybe right. So we're just going to do a mathematical analysis in our physical system, applying Newton's law, Kirchhoff's law, right? So once we just arrive at a differential equation into transfer function, just by finding poles and zeros, just to locate with or explain, just have in our mind actually what is the that ranges, right? Stability ranges you could be able to understand. Once you're just able to see these ranges, then you could able to design a controller. So with these help only, we are just going to design a controller. Still now in a control system, right, we are studying. So in our syllabus it will be look like this, right? But in our what could I say, in the syllabus, maybe there it's definitely it needs to get updated with my industrial requirement. Definitely it needs to update it, right? Only we are just studying about this, what could I say, in theory wise. But in industry they are just designing a controller, right? So they are just tuning in a, what could I say, in algorithm based tuning controller, they are just tuning, right? So நல்லா வாட்ச் பண்ணீங்கன்னா தெரியும். But for that purpose, we need to equip more skills in such a way that we could have to meet up in our industry requirement, right? Anyway, I'll go with that. And according to that, we are just going to syllabus, right? We are just moving. And these are some important terminology we need to find out, right? So the stability of the system. Once we just got a transfer function, then just need to understood, right, stability of the system by locating your poles locations, right, by with the help of SQL. Right. Next, we are just going to see some problems. So this problem already we have started in our CA2 exam before, right? Before we just started, but insufficient time, and we're just going to able to finish it up, right? We are just going to continue tomorrow today, right? And this is a given system, right? The given system is now CFS by R of S is equal to 20 divided by S plus 10. So this is what my transfer function. So this is what my transfer function, CFS divided by R of S. That's what my 20 divided by S plus 10. This is my given system. So in this system, we are just going to apply different types of inputs, right? So in the transformation, right, by applying a Newton's law, by applying a Kirchhoff electrical law, we are just going to have this equation, right? In the system, we will have a mathematical model. That's why transfer function. So we'll have a computational simulation will be available for the system. We are just going to apply different types of inputs. So in the input கொடுத்துட்டு we are just going to find out the responses, right? So எப்படி respond பண்ணுது for a given types of input system, input signals, and how it's going to be responding அப்படிங்கறது நம்ம watch பண்ண போறோம் in the form of time domain, right? That's what our ultimate aim. So we are having different types of input. Test signal we have already discussed. Test signals already mathematically it will be clearly what could I say, derived terminologies, right? It's called unit impulse, unit step, staircase மாதிரி இருக்கும், and then ramp signal, right? So these are the default test signals, right? We are just going to apply into my given derived transfer function, right? So once we just applied this type of inputs, how it's going to be responding. So நான் உங்களுக்கு கிளாஸ் எடுக்கிறேன், ரைட்? நான் உங்களுக்கு கொஸ்டின் கொடுக்குறேன். ஆஃப்டர் 15 days கிளாஸ் எடுத்துட்டு ஒரு 15 daysக்கு அப்புறம் உங்களுக்கு என்ன பண்ற, ஒரு எக்ஸாமுக்காக ஒரு கொஸ்டின் கொடுக்குறேன். தட்ஸ் வாட் மை டெஸ்டிங், ரைட்? ஸோ அப்போ நீங்க எப்படி ரெஸ்பாண்ட் பண்றீங்க, அந்த ரெஸ்பான்ஸ் எப்படி இருக்கு, அதை அனலைஸ் பண்ண போறோம், ரைட்? இந்த ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் test analysis, mark analysis, right? So I'm just going to fix some pass mark about 50 mark na fix பண்றேன்னா whether you have just scored 50 க்கு மேல ஸ்கோர் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க இல்ல 50 கீழ ஸ்கோர் பண்ணீங்க. This is what my back end analysis. The same way we are just going to give you test input signals and we are just going to analyze my responses, right? We are just going to see. And now I'm just going to we already started, actually we didn't finish it up, but we already started. So this is a given transfer function GFS by R of S is now is given by 20 by S plus 10. Now I'm just going to apply unit impulse input, right? So unit input R of S value 1, right? So C of S is my output and R of S is my input. This is a ratio, output by input. That's what it's called, a transfer function, right? So இதுல input நமக்கு தெரியும், R of S is now 1 for a given input unit impulse. Now I'm just going to replace R of S is equal to 1. So C of S my left side வச்சுக்கிறேன், C of S is my output, இது அவுட்புட் தான் நான் ஃபைண்ட் பண்ண போறேன். பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் we need to find out response of a system, output response of a system. Output நாவே CFS தான், input na RFS. Just why I'm just going to bring my RFS in my right hand side. So I'm just going to bring RFS in my right hand side and 20 divided by S plus T. So for a unit impulse input, right, unit impulse input, particular input impulse RFS is 1. Replace RFS 1 value over here. அப்ப CFS என்ன கிடைக்கும்? Now 20 divided by S plus T. Right, once you just got this one, just take Laplace inverse, right, inverse Laplace, then you could able to have a time domain output, right? Now I'm just going to apply inverse Laplace, right? Inverse Laplace apply pannunga, then finally you get a response. CFS is now converted into C of t, frequency into time domain. So numerator 20 will be a constant value, and by 1 by S plus 10. So if in this now inverse Laplace apply பண்றப்ப என்ன வரும்? S is now converted into e to the power, and whatever the constant will be available, it will be multiplied with t. It is now plus 10 and minus, minus na plus, so minus what are the value will be available in S plus then t. So that's why it's called S 1 by S plus a. We already seen what could I say, inverse Laplace transform function. Anyway, once again I'm just going to switch into Laplace inverse recall பண்றதுக்காக I'm just going to recall those functions. Now I'm just going to stop sharing and I'm just going to share one more screen, then you could easily see inverse Laplace transform formulation, right? Set of equations, right, for inverse Laplace. Yes, so these are inverse Laplace transformation quick recall. So 1 by S in the sense it will be inverse Laplace apply பண்றப்போ 1 வந்துரும். 1 by 1 plus a na e to the power minus e power at, 1 plus 1 by S na e power minus at, right? So this is some quick recall about my inverse Laplace conversion, right, into frequency time into time domain, right? Now I'm just going to switch into my PPT once again. Now for a unit step input, now the same question is now coming. We are just going to apply 3 different types of input, right? Step input, unit impulse input, ramp input. For a unit step input, this is a given transfer function 20 divided by S plus 10. Now our R of S value, now it will be now coming into my right hand side because my input will be now unit step input. Unit step input or R of S value 1 by S. For unit step input, R of S value is now 1 by S. Just replace R of S into 1 by S. Right, replace பண்ண என்ன வரும்? CFS now it is coming into my right hand side. I'm just going to replace 1 by S. Now the equation will be look like this. Right? Now we could directly apply my inverse Laplace. But inverse Laplace இங்க apply பண்ண முடியாது. 2 times are in a multiplied, right? So 2 times in a product mode. That's why we need a partial fraction method. So by using partial fraction method, you could able to segregate these 2 product terms, right? Now applying a partial fraction, now you just able to segregate these product terms into fractional, right? Fractional mathiyachu. A1 by S and A2 by this one. This is the first term, and this my bracket like the second term. That's why நான் fraction எழுதிருக்கிறேன். S தனியா எழுதிட்டேன், S plus 10 தனியா எழுதியாச்சு, fraction பண்ணியாச்சு, partial fraction. And then just have a LCM over here and just find out A1 value and A2 value. So A1 value, A2 value is now found பண்ணியாச்சு, that is called 2 minus 2. So just எப்படி find பண்ண தெரியும் இல்லையா? Put S equal to 0 பண்ணீங்கன்னா A2 cancel ஆயிரும், put S equal to minus 10 கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா A1 cancel ஆயிரும், right? So then in such a way that you could able to find out A1, A2 value. Once you're just able to find out A1, A2 value, just substitute in this equation, partial fraction equation. The equation will be look like this. Now we could able to apply a partial fraction. Sorry, now we could able to apply inverse Laplace. அப்ப என்ன வரும்? 1 by S என்ன 1 ன்னு மாறிடும். 1 by S 1. S plus 10 னா e power minus 10t ன்னு வரும், right? That's why 1 by S inverse Laplace வரப்ப வெறும் 1 ன்னு மாறிடும். We just need recall, quick recall about inverse Laplace equation conversion, and S plus 10 na e power minus 10, right? So this is one more thing. And then the same problem, same transfer function, right? But now input is now ramp input. Ramp input order R of S value is now 1 by S square. Now I'm just going to bring is my input over in my right hand side. Just replace R of S value 1 by S square. அப்ப CFS என்ன கிடைக்கும்? 20 divided by S square into S plus n. The R of S ratio வந்துருச்சு இல்லையா? அப்ப replace பண்றப்ப என்ன வரும்? இந்த மாதிரி கிடைச்சிருக்கும். Now again we need to take inverse Laplace transform for responding, right? But இங்க again multiple product இருக்கு. அப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும்? Definitely I need a partial fraction to fraction this one. But இங்க 3 terms இருக்கு. s to the power 3 2 s to the power 1 டோட்டலி அப்ப 3 டேர்ம்ஸ் இருக்கு. அப்ப டெஃபினட்டா எனக்கு பார்ஷியல் ஃபிராக்ஷன்ல எனக்கு 3 வேல்யூஸ் தேவைப்படும், a b c. அப்ப 3 டேர்ம் எழுத போறேன் யூசிங் பார்ஷியல் ஃபிராக்ஷன். So I'm just going to quick recall about my partial fraction about s ஒரு term, s square second term, and s plus 10 third term, right? Namely called a1, a2, a3. Just take a quick LCM on over these three terminologies and just put s equal to 0, put s equal to minus 10 in such a way that you could able to find out a1, a2, a3. So find பண்ணுங்க a1 minus 2, 2 plus 2. Once it is able to find out a1, a2, a3 values, just substitute in my given partial fraction values. Definitely you could easily have a final value will be look like this, minus 2 by s plus 2 by s square plus 0.2 by s square. இப்போ நீங்க என்ன பண்ணலாம், you'll have individual terminologies. Definitely you could apply inverse Laplace. Inverse apply பண்ணீங்கன்னா 1 by s 1 னு மாறிடும், 1 by s square t னு மாறிடும், and s plus 10 னா e power னு மாறிடும். This is all the very easiest one, right? So simply என்ன பண்றீங்க, r of s என்ன இன்புட்னு பாக்குறீங்க, அது இந்த சைடு ரைட் சைடு கொண்டு வரீங்க, அதுக்கப்புறம் யூசிங் பார்ஷியல் ஃபிராக்ஷன் அப்ளை பண்றீங்க, இண்டிவிஜுவல் வேல்யூஸ் ஃபைண்ட் பண்றீங்க, தென் டேக்கிங் இன்வெர்ஸ் லாப்லாஸ். தட்ஸ் ஆல், right? So this is a problem which we already started about CA2, but we couldn't able to finish it up, right? It at the time because we are just running out of time. That's why we just couldn't finish it out. Anyway, now we'll just see one more important thing, right? For class, right? Now straight away we are just moving into time responses of a first order system, right? It will be very easy to understand, right? Already we have solved one problem, it will be very easy, right? Now, so just now we have discussed about order of the systems, right? So order of the system indicates that the maximum power of your denominator of your transfer function, right? S to the power, right? That denotes that your order of the system. Now we need just going to find out a general format of a first order system, right? When the system is now getting input unit impulse or problem solve பண்ணிருக்கோம் இப்பதான். So no issues, it will be very easy to understand, right? Now this is my given transfer function system is C of s output, R of s is my input, and the transfer function is be 1 by s plus tau. It's not a t, it's tau. It's tau. Tau in the sense time constant. Time, right? Constant, right? So now this is a given transfer function. For this given general first order, right? S to the power maximum 1 தான் இருக்கு. That's why it's called first order system, right? In the first order common general order format will be look like this. This is my general format, right? General formal format for my first order system. C of s by R of s equal to 1 by s into tau plus 1. So in this system I'm just going to apply unit impulse, right? Unit impulse நமக்கு தெரியும், R of s is now 1. Unit impulse க்கு R of s 1, unit step க்கு 1 by s, unit ramp க்கு 1 by s square. Just keep in our mind, these are very important terminologies, right? Now I'm just going to have a unit impulse. That's now we just solved one problem that will be very easy to quick recall. And R of s is now 1. Just take inverse Laplace transform e to the power minus t by tau, right? It's very easy. And the same first order system, now I'm just going to apply unit step input. Where R of s is now where now 1 by s. Up 1 by s definitely we need a partial fraction. So 1 by s add ஆகுது, but definitely inverse Laplace apply பண்றதுக்கு I need a partial fraction, right? Just go with it and AB values find பண்ணுங்க, then taking inverse Laplace transform. Now this is what my this thing, right? So while ramping input, right? So R of s is now 1 by s square. I need one more partial fraction. That's why A, B, C மூணு terminology எனக்கு வேணும். இப்பதான் sum solve பண்ண முடியாது, the same thing. It will be very easy. That's why I'm going to moving fast forward, right? It will be very easy. Now I need A, B, C value. Once just able to found partial fraction, definitely just go inverse Laplace, right? So this is my first order system time response, right? So for a given unit step, unit ramp, right? Sum solve பண்ணல அதே தான், right? But it will be in a common format. அங்க வந்து s by s plus 20 இருந்துச்சு. But this is what my common terminology. This is my common format for my first order system. This is my general order format, right? General order of my first order system will be look like this, right? While coming into second order system, right? Second order system in the sense எப்படி நம்ம second order system சொல்றோம், என்னோட transfer functionல denominator ஓட s ஓட maximum power 2. That's why it's called second order system, right? So second order system ஓட common general form it will be look like this. This one is general all over the world, right? So in the derivation it will be took around 50 minutes எனக்கு ஆகும் சால்வ் பண்றதுக்கு. பட் அது சால்வ் பண்ணா நம்ம இதை சால்வ் பண்ண முடியாது. That's why it's not very important also, right? So now we'll have a general order second order format, right? Transfer function format, it will be look like this. C of s is my output, and R of s my input. Ratio will be transfer function, and where omega n square is my numerator and my s square. That's why I told that second order system, maximum power s to the power 2. That's why it's called second order system. And plus 2 epsilon omega ns plus omega n square. உங்களுக்கு ஒரு நியூ டெர்மினாலஜிஸ்லாம் கிடைச்சிருக்கும். ஒமேகா n epsilon இதெல்லாம் என்ன சார்னு பார்க்கலாம், and then we'll see. Whereas omega n square is now simply called as natural frequency, and epsilon is now called as a damping ratio, right? So you could see, right? Omega n is now called natural frequency, radian per second, and epsilon is now damping ratio, right? The depth on hardware படிச்சோம்னா என்ன சொல்ல வருவாங்கன்னா, my damping ratio indicates that actual damping by initial damping, right? That's what my we are using a inductor, we are using a spring, we are using a dashpot, right, in our mechanical system or electrical system. These are the people denotes that my damping ratio. It will be directly related to my damping ratio. Right? Hardware application, it will take much time, but I'm not going to go with it much hardware and time because we are just running out of time. That's why, right? If you're just having much interested in this hardware integration, right? So just ping me later, right? And based upon this damping ratio, based on by damping ratio, which is now epsilon, right? So this is called my psi or epsilon. So based upon this value, the second order system is now classified into 4 types. So this is CAT question கேட்டிருப்போம், but actually we are just ran out of time. That's why நம்ம அது focus பண்ண முடியல. Anyway, we're just having here also, right? Based upon this one, right? So we're just having a type of system here, right? For example, your damping ratio, that's called my psi value, if it is equal to 0 in the sense, right, that system is now called undamped system, right? Just got idea, right? So you just have an idea. If just epsilon value is equal to 0 in the sense, that system is now called undamped system. If epsilon value less than 1 to 0, right, it will be underdamped system, right? If it is equal to 1, it will be called as critically damped system. If it will be greater than 1, that is called over damped system. It's very important in a control system. We need to have in our mind that. So based upon my damping ratio value, we'll have a classification about my second order system, right? So based upon this thing, you could able to have a quick recall about your nature of system with the help of my damping ratio. If it is a 0, that is undamped system. If it is a less than 1, underdamped system. If it is equal to 1, critically damped. If it is greater than 1, it's called underdamped system. By graphical representation, you could easily understood, right? I'm just going to give you that undamped system in the sense the response will be look like this. It will be oscillating continuously, right? Undamped system. It will be never settle down. It's going to be getting oscillated. Underdamped in the sense it will have oscillations, but it will reach its final output. It will have oscillations, but it will reach its it will be reach its output, right? It will be look like this. It will be critically damped system. It will does not have any oscillations, but it will be reach some its output. It will take much time. It's really over damped. It will not reach its output. It will be look like this. It will not reach its output at its final state. It will take time is now infinity. So these are some graphical representation about my system and nature of system, right? If it is a 0, if it is less than 1, if it is a 1, if it is greater than 1. So these are a very important thing which we need to have in our mind about my classification about system and second order system, right? And then in second order system, it will be very, very important topic in our examination time. That is called time domain specifications. Depth teach no issues at all, but actually I need 80 hours for this subject, but only they are just given 45 hours. Now continuously remain part of the reason. Now fast about the reason. Definitely we need much more hour, right? But I couldn't what could I say? I couldn't tolerate actually. So I need to take extra hours in the sense I need to take a permission from my principal. Right? There's a meeting, Minsaf meeting. If I need to take a extra class in the sense I need to get as a faculty I need to get a permission from principal. So then how it's possible, right? So that's very difficult for me. That's why I'm just moving a little fast. I'm just missed a lot thing. So with the hardware and array interlink based on the control system, but I'm just running out of time. But if you will well interested in the sense, just ping me later, right? Now, but necessary content element will teach me, no issues at all. Necessary content element will reach out, no issues, right? But practically I couldn't able to speak while just we crossed about the first model, right? That same way controls array them, but an unfortunate time it will be very difficult time, right? Now this is a very important thing in our examination time. So they are asking about time domain specifications about my second order system. So there are five 2 marks also will be available as well as five parameters. These are the very important time domain specifications, right? So to analyze your control system, right? This is called first thing rise time, right? For example, we're having a autonomous car, right? So for example, I need to run my car about 50 kilometer, right? So continuously என்னோட car 50 kilometerலயே ரன் ஆகும்னு நினைக்கிறேன், right? கார் வந்துட்டு 0 ஸ்பீட்ல போயிட்டு இருக்கு, திடீர்னு எனக்கு கார் வந்து 50 கிலோமீட்டர்ல மெயின்டைன் ஆகணும். இட்ஸ் மை அப்ஜெக்டிவ், திஸ் வாட் மை கண்ட்ரோல் சிஸ்டம். So definitely my car is needs to run about constantly about 50 kilometer per hour irrespective of my road condition. அது ஸ்டீப்பா இருக்கலாம், ராம்பா இருக்கலாம், right? Whatever may be. But as per the condition, the car should be reached about it needs to run about 50 kilometer per hour. But right, this is what my input, right? அப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும், a car definitely it needs to 50 kilometer. So அப்ப என்ன பண்ண போறேன், I'm just going to in autonomous car just to see in our hardware. Anyway, I'm just going to call some examples. Definitely easy to understood, right? This is what my car pedal, right? So car pedal foot pedal it will be now around, it will be 45 degree வச்சுக்கலாம் maximum, that elevation, right? It will be 45 degree. So இதுக்கு மேல car pedal இருக்காதுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். For example, car maximum speed 150 km in the sense, right? 45 maximum degree. இதுல பாதி pedal நான் press பண்ணனா the car will be reached about 80 km per hour, right? This is a simple calculation, mathematical calculation. 45 degree full of press பண்ணனா the car is going to be run at about 50 km 150 km per hour. அப்ப எனக்கு 50 km run ஆகணும்னா I need to calculate this degree, right? So this is what my input to my controller. So என்னோட mechanical pressure கொடுக்காம I'm just going to connect my servo motor over here. The servo motor is going to be rotate this pedal and it's getting pulled down in such a way that we could able to calculate my feedback about my servo motor angle, degree angle. Degree angle is now converted into my displacement, right? So servo motor degree output the my displacement of this brake pedal. By moving this brake pedal only I could able to achieve this car speed, right? So this is exact hardware technique, right? So now the car, right? So I'm just going to have 50 km per hour. அப்படிங்கிறப்ப எனக்கு ரெஸ்பான்ஸ் எப்படி இருக்கும், கார் எடுத்தோடனே 50 போகாது, 0 1 10 50 அப்படிதான் கார் ரீச் ஆகும். So once it's reached 50, definitely it's not going to be maintained, right? So it will be reached 52 48 again 49 50 again 49 50 51 52. It will be keep on it's moving. It's not going to maintain its 50. So அப்படி கண்டிப்பா மேட்ச் ஆகாது. 51 52 51 51 52 51 48 இப்படி தான் மாறி மாறி போயிட்டு இருக்கும், right? This is what my thing, this is what my green color is not my responses. This is what my output response, right? இதுல maximum my controller, right? So it's now it's going to system is going to be 90% of output reach பண்றதுக்கு எவ்வளவு டைம் எடுத்துருக்கு. That's what my rise time. So நான் 50 கிலோமீட்டர் தான் என்னுடைய அவுட்புட் வச்சிருக்கேன். அந்த 50 கிலோமீட்டரை 90% of output reach பண்றதுக்கு எவ்வளவு டைம் எடுத்துருக்கு. That's what my rise time. Right, got idea? So quick time கொஞ்சம் ரீகால் பண்ண this is answer, right? So நான் 50 கிலோமீட்டர் கார் வச்சிருக்கேன், அந்த கார் 50 கிலோமீட்டர் ரீச் ஆகணும், பட் அதை 48 45 ரீச் ஆகுறதுக்கு எவ்வளவு நேரம் எடுத்துக்கும், அந்த டைம் ரைஸ் டைம், ரைட்? அதே மாதிரி என்னுடைய கார் 50 கிலோமீட்டர்ல ரன் பண்ணணும்னு கொடுத்துருக்கேன், அதோட 20 தட்ஸ் கால்டு மை 50% ஆஃப் ஸ்பீடை அச்சீவ் பண்றதுக்கு எவ்வளவு நேரம் டைம் எடுத்துக்கு, தட்ஸ் கால்டு மை டிலே டைம், right? And then 90% of output 50 kilometer 90% எவ்வளவு 90% எவ்வளவு 98% எவ்வளவு 49 something. So on the speed achieve பண்றதுக்கு எவ்வளவு டைம் எடுத்துக்குது, that's what my settling time. So these are some very basic fundamental thing which is going to see. These are the thing, right? We are just going to everything we are just going to calculate in time. So rise time, settling time, right? So that's why it's called time domain analysis, right? Got idea? Depth போலாம் but time இல்ல. So these are the rise time, delay time, settling time. Rise time na total outputல 90% of output reach பண்றதுக்கு எவ்வளவு டைம் எடுத்துருக்கு. Delay timeங்கிறது total outputல 50% of output reach ஆகிறதுக்கு எவ்வளவு டைம் எடுத்துருக்கு. Settling timeல 90% of output reach ஆகிறதுக்கு எவ்வளவு டைம் எடுக்குது, right? Consumption, time consumption, right? That's why it's called rise time, delay time, settling time. And then peak time. So maximum 50 km per hour வச்சிருக்கேன், but the car maybe it practically it's going to be reached by 55 km போகும், போயிட்டு என்ன ஆகும், but getting reduced, right? Again 54 50 52 51 50 14 because negative feedback control system, right? So servo motor is now which is now connected to my pedal. It's now it will be encoder, it will be definitely that's called my angle encoder. It will be available to my inside my servo motor. It's now getting an angle, right? So in the angle just error check பண்ணிட்டே வரும். So that's why it's my negative feedback system, right? So this is my brake pedal system, right? This is why. and we'll have error reduction over here. Definitely பாத்தீங்கன்னா it will reach to maximum speed. On the speed in the time எடுத்துச்சு. That's called my peak time, right? So maximum peak overshoot also we need to call. Simply these are the 5 very important terminologies, right, while seeing in time domain analysis, right? So what are the thing? So first one, rise time, delay time, settling time, peak time, maximum overshoot. Or sum solve பண்ணா உங்களுக்கு ஈஸியா அண்டர்ஸ்டுட் ஆயிடும். Now I'm going to moving it on one problem, right? So இந்த மாதிரி தான் யூனிவர்சிட்டி கேட்பாங்க, right? So this is the first problem in our time domain specifications. யூனிவர்சிட்டில இந்த மாதிரி தான் கேட்பாங்க. For example, a system, this is a system, right? So this is a system transfer function. Where I'm just going to call system, I'm just inherently telling you that this is transfer function. A system that is called this is a system, right? So this is a system, g of s 144 divided by s into s plus 2. Block diagram draw பண்ணிக்கிறேன். So this is what my system with has a unity feedback, which has a unity feedback. கண்டிப்பா இதுக்கு feedback இருக்கப்போ unity feedbackனா h of s value 1. So h of s is now 1, right? So unity feedback h of s 1, right? Unity feedback. So input is now step input. So right, unit step input. So அப்ப நான் step input கொடுக்கிறேன், that is called r of t. So கண்டிப்பா r of s வந்துட்டு 1 by s, right? R of s is now unit step, r of s is now 1. So it's now negative feedback minus will be there negative feedback. This is what my closed loop transfer function. Now they are just given a open loop transfer function, right? Got idea now? Clue paranga, this is now open loop transfer function and unity feedback, and determine the unit step, determine the time domain specifications. Time domain specification just now we have discussed, right? Rise time t suffix r, and then settling time, and then delay time t suffix d, and then t suffix p, peak time, and percentage overshoot mp. So இது 5 terminology நம்ம கண்டுபிடிக்க போறோம். So for that purpose we need to have some set of points will be available, right? So we're just going to see one by one. So this is a system with unity feedback, open loop, and determine the time domain specifications. Time domain specification na என்னது மொத்தம் 5 பாயிண்ட். rise time, settling time, delay time, peak time, overshoot. So these are the thing we need to find out. So but அவங்க கொடுக்கிறது பாத்தீங்கன்னா என்ன கொடுத்திருக்காங்க, open loop transfer function. So நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும்னா we need to convert it into closed loop transfer function, right? We're just now represented in the form of closed loop transfer function. So this is called my negative feedback system. Now நான் draw பண்ணிக்கிறது பாத்தீங்கன்னா negative feedbackல இருக்கு. இது இங்க closed loop transfer function பார்க்கணும் என்ன பண்ணணும், g divided by 1 plus g into h. That's what my closed loop transfer function, right? So g divided by solve பண்ணீங்கன்னா g by 1 plus gh. The negative feedback. This is a positive feedback na 1 minus very first class நம்ம கன்வர்ட்ஸ்ல பார்த்திருப்போம். negative feedback na 1 by 1 minus gh. So when our h of s is now unity feedback, right? Already they given a clue, unity feedback, right? Already they just given unity feedback, that is now 1 equal to 1. அப்ப என்ன கிடைக்கும், g by 1 plus g, g divided by 1 plus g, where actually g ங்கிறது என்னது, this given transfer function 144 divided by s into s plus 2. Just replace. So 144 divided by s into s plus 2 divided by 1 plus again 144 divided by s into s plus 2. Just take a cross LCM and just calculate it. Just cross multiply பண்ணிட்டு அந்த LCM எடுத்தீங்கன்னா the entire transfer function is now converted into 144 divided by s square plus 2s plus 144 இப்படி கிடைக்கும், right? So this is my after my converting my normal open loop into closed loop. Once we got a closed loop transfer function look like this 144 s square plus 2s, right? Just now second thing we need to compare with my general second order system. This is what already we have discussed. General second order transfer function system will be look like this. C output by R input is equal to omega n square by s square plus 2 epsilon omega ns plus omega n square. This is my general second order format system, right? So இது கொண்டு வந்து என்ன பண்ண போறேன், என்னுடைய இப்ப கண்டுபிடிச்ச closed loop transfer function கூட நான் ஈக்குவல் பண்ண போறேன், right? So ஈக்குவல் பண்ணிட்டு இது unknown variables கண்டுபிடிக்க போறோம். 144 omega n square இருக்க வேண்டிய இடத்துல என்ன இருக்கு, 144. அப்ப omega n square is equal to 144. Just equal on both the side, right? அப்ப omega n square root of 144. அப்ப omega n value 12, right? So got idea, right? Omega n value 12. The same way s square இருக்க வேண்டிய இடத்துல s square தான் இருக்கு, no issues. And இங்க பாருங்க 2 epsilon omega ns இருக்க வேண்டிய இடத்துல என்ன இருக்கு, 2 இருக்கு, right? அப்ப 2 epsilon omega n இருக்க வேண்டிய இடத்துல என்ன இருக்கு, 2 இருக்கு. 2 cancel ஆயிடும், and then epsilon இருக்கு. Omega n just now we have found that So upper 1 by 12, that's what my epsilon, right? So this is why how we just able to find out epsilon and omega. So for time domain specification என்ன கொடுத்தாலும் சரி, first of all we need to find out a closed loop transfer function. Closed loop transfer function find பண்ணனும் என்ன பண்ணனும், we need to compare with my second order system. This is second step. Compare பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா third step என்ன பண்ணனும், we are just going to, once again I'm just going to remove this all handwritten things. One second. Yeah, right, you could see my screen. One second. Actually, it's getting sad in second. Yeah, right. I think my screen is visible, right? Yes, anyone? Yeah, my screen is visible, right? And this is what a general standard system. Just compare with my equal பண்ணி பாருங்க, and you could see omega n square 144, omega n 12, 2 epsilon 2, then your epsilon value will be 0.03. It should be less than 1 actually, right? This is now under damped system, right? Under damped system. So once you just able to find out omega n, once you just able to find out omega n and epsilon, right? Once you just found epsilon and omega n from our given system by comparing, right? Once you just find out these things, just straight away find out omega damping natural frequency, damping ratio, right? Damping is a natural frequency, right? And then there's a formula, simple formula, omega t is equal to omega n square root of 1 minus epsilon square. Once just find out omega epsilon கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டீங்கன்னா straight away find out natural frequency, that's called a damping frequency, right? Omega t. Already formula simply omega n square root of 1 minus epsilon square. இது find பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா we'll just one by one போலாம். So time domain specifications, first terminology is peak time, right? This is my first time domain frequency, sorry, time domain parameters. So first one, rise, that's called my peak time. Peak time formula definitely we need to keep in our mind, definitely, right? So with the help of this small formula, definitely could able to solve your problems, right? So while calculating your time domain specifications, here will be a frequencies now coming. That's why while using your scientific calculator, your calculator should be in a radian mode, right? Not in a degree mode. Default on calculator எல்லாமே degree mode ல தான் இருக்கும். But while solving these problems, right, we are just going to calculate a frequency. That's why your calculator should be in a radian mode, right? Just keep in our mind that just while calculating this one, your calculator should be in a radian mode, right? So just not in a degree mode. Just confirm with that, right? And then peak time formula 5 by omega t. Omega t formula just now we have seen, right? So omega t oda formula omega n 1 minus epsilon square. Already we know epsilon value, omega n value. Omega n value 12, epsilon value is 0.08. Just substitute it and we're just able to find out omega d. Omega d find பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா இங்க substitute பண்ணுங்க. 5 is na constant value 3.14 and substitute பண்ணீங்கன்னா peak time will be 0.2627, right? This is a peak time. So என்ன வேணும் மைண்ட்ல, first of all என்ன பண்ணாலும் சரி we need to find out omega n, epsilon and omega t. So very important thing is that epsilon கண்டுபிடிக்கணும், omega n கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். Both of thing கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டீங்கன்னா ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா omega d கண்டுபிடிச்சிடலாம். இது மூணு கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டீங்கன்னா இந்த சம் ஈஸியா சால்வ் பண்ணிடலாம். இது கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன வேணும், செகண்ட் ஆர்டர் சிஸ்டம் கூட கம்பேர் பண்ணணும். இட்ஸ் வெரி ஈஸியஸ்ட் ஒன், ரைட்? ஸோ கம்பேர் பண்ணி இட் வில் பி வெரி ஈஸி. தென் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா பீக் டைம் கண்டுபிடிச்சிடலாம், ரைட்? So omega t formula omega n into 1 minus epsilon square. So then definitely it could easy to solve peak time. And then rise time one, it will be very easy. So formula is nothing but this is the formula. So it is a constant value omega d. Just now we have found that what is now 5. So new term வந்திருக்கு நமக்கு 5 ங்கிறது என்னன்னா tan inverse of 1 minus epsilon square by epsilon. This is a 5 oda formula. In the formula it will be very easy. So already we know epsilon value is 0.08, that is called 1 by 12. Substitute epsilon values over here, definitely you could able to find out 5 values. In the 5 value என்ன பண்ண போறேன், இங்க substitute பண்ண போறேன். Already we know omega d, simply you could just substitute it over here, you could able to find out rise time. It will be very very easy, right? So அப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும் மைண்ட்ல, omega என்ன மைண்ட்ல நம்ம கால்குலேட் பண்ணிருக்கணும், epsilon கால்குலேட் பண்ணிருக்கணும், omega d தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும். இது மூணு வேல்யூ தெரிஞ்சதுன்னா it will be very 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 easy, this entire sum. And in peak percentage, it's very easiest formula, e to the power pi epsilon divided by 1 minus epsilon square. எல்லா வேல்யூ நமக்கு தெரியும், just simply substitute, you will get a peak overshoot value. And then settling time, Settling time will have two types of formula. 2% of tolerance, the formula will be Ts is equal to 4 by epsilon omega n. This is one formula. And settling time, already we know epsilon 0.08. Just now we have found that omega n 12. That is called my 1 square root of 144, right? Just simply substitute, we'll get a value of Ts is now settling time is now 4 seconds. We'll have one more formula that is called 5% of tolerance. Settling time, two formula இருக்கு, ரெண்டு formula. One is by 4 by omega epsilon n. 5% formula வந்துட்டு 3 by epsilon omega n. நமக்கு எல்லாமே ஈஸி தான், இந்த நியூமரேட்டர் மட்டும் சேஞ்ச் ஆயிருக்கு, 4 3 சேஞ்ச் ஆயிருக்கு. 2% னா 4, 5% னா 3. This is a formula, right? Simply just substitute, you could have settling time. So this is some 5 times கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டோமா? என்னென்ன கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்கோம்? ரைஸ் டைம், பீக் டைம். So peak time கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்கோம், peak time formula இருக்கு, ரைஸ் டைம் ஃபார்முலா இருக்கு, தென் செட்டிலிங் டைம் ஃபார்முலா இருக்கு, பீக் ஹவர்ஸ் ஃபார்முலா இருக்கு. இது கண்டுபிடிச்சா உங்களுக்கு 10 marks per right. So that is very easy. We'll see one more problem. So the differential equation is given by the system is now, அங்க previous சம்ல என்ன கொடுத்தாங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு transfer function கொடுத்திருந்தாங்க, பட் இங்க என்ன பண்ணிருக்காங்க, they are just given a differential equation, not a transfer function. Determine the time domain specifications. கொஞ்சம் difficulty கொஞ்சம் add ஆகும். They're just asking about settling time, peak time, delay time, rise time, and now overshoot. But they are not given a transfer function. Instead of transfer function, they are given a differential equation. Already we know the differential equation, right? So d square y by dt square, அது அப்படியே given differential equation one more time எழுதிருக்கேன். அப்ப நம்ம transfer function கண்டுபிடிக்கணும் என்ன பண்ணணும்? Definitely we need a Laplace transform, right? So Laplace transform apply பண்ணுங்க. So double derivative என்னவாகும்? S square ல வரும், right? So and then single derivative s ல வரும். வெறும் capital Y ல வரும், right? Just replace it, எல்லாமே மாறிடுச்சு, s square y of s plus y square. And then இதுல common terminologies capital Y of s, அதை காமனா வெளியே எடுங்க, right? காமனா வெளியே எடுத்துட்டா and just have a input by output ratio, y by x. Y is my output, x is my input. Just rearrange பண்ணுங்க, your transfer function will be look like this. This is what now your transfer function. This is what now transfer function. In the transfer function என்ன பண்ண போறேன்? Once just got a transfer function, directly compare with my second order system. நல்லா வாட்ச் பண்ணி பாருங்க. My second order system will be look like this. This is what my second order transfer function. This is what my just now we have found a transfer function from a differential equation. But இங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா omega n square, கீழே omega n square, both values should be same values இருக்கணும். But in my transfer function it will be a different value. 16 இங்க 9 இருக்கு, இங்க 16 இருந்ததுன்னா இங்க 16 தான் இருக்கணும், இங்க 100னா இங்க 100 தான் இருக்கணும். பட் இங்க 69 இருக்கு. அப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும்? we need to rearrange it. அப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும்? இங்க என்ன வேல்யூ இருக்கு? 16 இருக்கு. அப்ப என்ன பண்ண போறேன்? I'm just going to multiply and divided by the same value on my numerator as well as denominator. The 16 by 16 நான் add பண்ண போறேன். Then I'm just going to rearrange it. இந்த 9 வெளியே எடுத்து வந்து போறேன், 16 உள்ள கொண்டு வர போறேன். Now the equation will be look like this. எப்படி இருக்கும்னா 16 9 இந்த பக்கம் வந்துரும், 16 இங்க போயிடும். அப்ப 16 by s square plus 5s plus 16. So இந்த equation என்ன பண்ண போறேன்? Right, I'm just going to compare with my second order system. அப்ப omega n square 16, அப்ப omega n square root of 16, அப்ப omega n 4. Epsilon 2 epsilon omega n is equal to 5, right? Already we know omega n value 4, substitute பண்ணுங்க, epsilon value 0.625. So now you got idea, omega கிடைச்சிருச்சு, epsilon கிடைச்சிருச்சு. Next என்ன பண்ணணும்? omega d கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். Omega d formula very easy, omega n square root of 1 minus epsilon square. அது கண்டுபிடிச்சுனா omega d கண்டுபிடிச்சிடலாம். Once just able to find out omega epsilon omega d, you could able to find out rise time, peak time, right? And then formula omega d, pi என்னது? tan inverse of 5 ஓட value tan inverse of square root of 1 by epsilon square by epsilon. Once you just able to find out pi over here and omega d, just substitute. And then right, percentage overshoot, setting time. Setting time ரெண்டு ஃபார்முலா இருக்கு. 2% னா 4 by, 5% னா 3 by, right? So simply substitute, you will get the values. And I'm just going to give you one more homework for you people. So Monday I'm just going to ask some more roll number. You people need to tell me that your answers, right? So closed loop transfer function of this is a homework problem. So closed loop transfer function of a given system is now C of s by R of s equal to 25 divided by s square plus 6 by 25. Determine the time domain specifications of a given system. So என்னென்ன கேக்குறாங்க? rise time, peak overshoot, settling time. Anyway, I'm just going to share this PPT to you, right? Just go with it and just try to solve it, right? So this is my second order system, right? Given second order system என்ன இருக்கு? Actually omega n square divided by s square. This is general second order format, 2 epsilon omega ns plus omega n square. This one is second order system, general format. just compare with this my given system. Up omega n square is now 25. நானே சால்வ் பண்ணிடுறேன், பட் எனிவே just bring it out, right? Omega n is equal to 5. So epsilon பாருங்க 2 epsilon omega n is equal to 6, right? So அப்ப epsilon வேல்யூ மத்தல இந்த பக்கம் கொண்டு வாங்க. 6 divided by omega n கீழே வந்துச்சுன்னா 5, 2 to be there. அப்ப epsilon வேல்யூ 0.6. So right, epsilon கிடைச்சிருச்சு, omega n கிடைச்சிருச்சு. அப்ப omega d நீங்க கண்டுபிடிச்சலாமா? omega d என்ன ஃபார்முலா? அது omega d-ங்கிறது actually omega n into square root of 1 minus epsilon square. அப்போ omega d கிடைச்சிருமா? அதுக்கப்புறம் ஃபார்முலா இருக்கு, peak time, rise time, settling time. Substitute those values, definitely could easily understood. You could get a values about time domain analysis values, right? So with that, I'm just going to freeze it now around 12 o'clock. Around we just arrived at 12. With much time, I'm not going to take it right at now. So maybe or maybe lunch time. So thank you all, and thank you all for listening. Monday we'll see this homework, right? So you people just need to bring it the answers, right? Thank you all, and thank you all for listening. We'll meet by Monday, right? Thank you all.